It's time for Dents and Dreams, a paintless dent repair podcast focusing on how you can use the fruits of this wonderful trade we call PDR to achieve your wildest dreams. I'm John Bideen, your friendly neighborhood dent reaper and host of Dents and Dreams. Now, let's get started. Let's get started indeed. Today I have none other than the man, the myth, the legend, James Catrambone, Bones Dent Repair out of Fort Pierce, Florida. How are you doing today, my brother?
I'm great, John, man. Nice to join you, and let's get it going.
Yeah. Good to see you as always. We got to hang out in beautiful Key West a few weeks ago now. It feels like yesterday. I wish I was back there, although my liver probably is thanking me.
Yeah, that weekend definitely went hard. I make that statement so often this year. Time's flying. It's like the end of February, it feels like already. We're here, man. We're in the moment, though, so that's what counts.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people know who you are. You're crushing it on Instagram and with the videos and doing all kinds of good stuff all over in the community. But just in case anybody's never heard of James Catrambone, I mean, tell them who you are, how you got into this wonderful world of PDR.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm still a rookie. My business just started full-time last year as far as being a paintless dent repair technician. I'm right around the 2.5 year mark. My background is in collision for roughly 11 years now. I started collision in auto body, dropping out of high school when I was about 18. Really took to the trade, worked my way into a dealership doing dealership quality work and insurance work. Worked there for 6 years, moved along, and I was never really interested. We had a dent guy at the dealership. It wasn't until I went to my last shop, I met a couple other techs, one who traveled for Hale, and I seen how great of a tech and just what he was doing, and it sparked my interest. After doing research, man, I was hooked. Like I was straight up obsessed. Had to learn. And it's definitely the best thing I've done career choice wise. Um, you know, it's been great. So yeah.
Love it.
Yeah,
So,
man.
when you were doing your initial research, is there a particular video or person that stands out when you were flying through YouTube, and who was it and what was it?
Yeah, it'll be funny because it was Bryce Kelly. Maybe whichever, whatever, man. He's king of YouTube with his videos, killing it. But and the funny thing is like watching him. You just think it's normal. 'Cause that's what you're coming across. A year later, I really realized like this guy is like super well known and like his skill set is well above average. But it was cool to watch that, because the technicians locally, at least the one who I just mentioned, he was a good tech as well. So I just kind of figured, like, man, you got to be able to just take on crushes. So doing that, Jim Mitchell with Real World, all his free content on YouTube was really influential. Watched a lot of that. Dentistry has free content. If you pay attention, that's probably a topic we could definitely talk about. If you pay attention to what different PDR businesses and technicians are putting out regularly, you're going to gather so much information. And I think that's part of what helped me is really soaking it up, trying to reach out to people. People are real friendly if you're really doing things the right way. And, you can get pretty far. You can get pretty far. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that wholeheartedly, and
Yeah, man.
it is really good to see younger techs like yourself and just putting themselves out there in the right way and doing taking all the right steps, and it really shows in your videos that the passion is there. Your give a damn is as full as it could possibly be, and
Yeah.
that's I mean, it's not only going to serve you well and do great things for you and your business, but it's good for the industry as a whole when anytime guys are putting out quality content and putting out quality work and treating their customers right, because every person we touch ends up being a salesperson for not only our businesses but our industry as a whole. And when you see wrecked damage or a terrible YouTube video, I don't need to even say any names. People probably know what I'm talking about. And that kind of stuff can take us back. So
Definitely, giving a good customer experience. I had a customer today, my second appointment, taking care of multiple panels for him, and he's had PDR plenty of times. That's a question I like to ask. I'm getting better with, screening my customers, asking the right questions, and one of them is, hey, have you had paintless dent repair done before? Because then that really lets you know, and that's your chance to really educate. Some like to hang out and watch, some not. But the ones who do, you can exactly that. They'll end up being more of a salesperson for you. They'll be an advocate. The gentleman today, when I was done with the appointment, hey, leave me 5, 6 cards. I'm going to tell this. He rattled off 4 or 5 businesses. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him. Oh, I know this guy, and that was great, right? I mean, what's better than that? At the end of the day, word of mouth.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So.
can't beat it. The price is right. So
Yeah, yeah. When they tell me, oh yeah, I've had PDR done before, I say, shoot, they're gonna want it cheap. I hit them with that price. Well, the other guy, and it happens often, but it's okay. If you still present it on that platter, you might get what you need. So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
There's interesting struggles with everyone, and re-educating somebody who has that lower anchor number in their head. Oh, a dent should cost $50 at whatever. Re-educating them on that is difficult and sometimes not worth your time, but you still got to present it and at least try to re-anchor them. But
yeah.
sometimes it doesn't always work, and they end up calling around until they
One,
find somebody who will do it.
yeah, like my guy today, I got the Porsche 911 and dent on the quarter panel crease. First question out of his mouth is, "You have to drill in the jam." I'm thinking, oh shoot, this guy's either, what has he seen before? I don't know. And after reviewing his photos, and I called him back, and I said, hey, I think it's a good candidate. We might do this with just oil, and anyway. So I think I definitely set it up, won the bid, the phone call. So we'll see
Oh,
how that goes
absolutely.
on Friday. Friday. So.
Friday, I'll be peeping your Instagram stories on Friday for sure. Now,
Yeah, man, I'm so
this
inconsistent.
won't come out till Monday, so nobody will know. So if you guys
You're
saw
not
a
gonna,
sweet 911 repair on James's Instagram last Friday,
you'll
you
know.
know it worked out.
My repair stuff, photos, videos, typically like a week or two behind. And I mean, now I'm even worse. I'm like so inconsistent. But that's life. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah.
You have to.
Listen, man.
Instagram's my favorite, but like as far as platforms go, man, Facebook's king, and I'm focused on my Google. So I'm like, you can't do it all. You gotta pick a baby and like let it grow. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm trying to grow certain little things, make it manageable. Because
Yeah, yeah.
still,
So why do you say Facebook is king over Instagram?
I truly, man, I don't even recall the last time Instagram has brought me a customer. It's a great tool. It's a reinforcement. You're definitely I'm getting some exposure. I don't have a lot of followers on it. You know what I mean? It's my own doing. You know, I bet I could put a lot of effort into gaining more followers, but it's a good tool. I like the platform. You know, for sure.
Yeah,
But Facebook brings customers. I think people shop on Facebook. Okay, for sure. People shop on Facebook. I actually got a client today from Facebook. So there you go. You
bada
know,
bing. Yeah.
and also I think it's a good tool to use on Facebook when referring a customer to your video. It's a easier. I think it's easier for them to go on there. I get more interaction, more comments, more shares, more views on videos. So I'm more comfortable with saying like, hey, our Facebook profile shows a lot of our work. You know, you can see the video tagged at the top, you know, or maybe I'll explain one, maybe I'll send a link, or I'll send a YouTube link to a video, even though I don't have very many videos on there yet, but I'm trying to work into that. So
Not very many. I just looked. You have
I
20
know you
some
did.
odd videos. You have
Yeah, which is
20 some
cool.
odd videos, which is really cool. I mean, listen, for you've been in business for not even an entire year. And there
I know.
are there are guys out there been in business for 10 years that don't have 22 YouTube videos. So,
Sure. Of course, yeah. I mean,
give
I'm with you.
yourself a little credit. Give yourself a little credit. Let's just,
Yeah, I'm still I don't know, slacking, baby, slacking. Hmm.
well, it's that kind of
So,
attitude that will ensure your success, sir. Uh,
yeah, I said it the other day is like I came home and I'm reviewing everything I did and I'm being real critical. My wife's like, honey, it's okay. And I just said, I'm like, you know, in order for me to grow, I'm the only one holding myself responsible. If this thing's gonna work, I have to I have to realize what's happening around me and mistakes made so I can correct them. It's not to punish myself, but it is to really pay attention, right? So,
yeah, well, yeah. And it's
yeah.
really hard. It's hard, I would think, for any business that is basically a one man show. You have to hold yourself accountable for certain things, or that stuff will start to slide. And I mean, to be honest, I don't post nearly as much as I should, and I have probably 5 or 6 halfway done YouTube videos, either in my phone or on the cloud or who knows where, that I just never got around to finishing, didn't do the voiceover, didn't add the music, and just never published them. And
So, is your YouTube content different than your Facebook or Instagram TV content? Is it different? Do you upload to all platforms the same?
I do not. No, no.
Separate.
And I probably should. I probably should just make a video, upload it to YouTube, load it to Facebook, load it to IGTV, and have it everywhere. But that's not how I do. I mean, when you're on Instagram, it's an Instagram thing, and um, so I don't like intentionally set out to do different things. It's just kind of whatever happens in the moment when I'm there.
Are
Uh,
you
I was
making it?
way I was way more deliberate about it in the beginning, but as time goes on, and I think you're probably starting to realize this, like you get to the point where you're so busy that you're like, well, I don't have time to load up another YouTube video. I don't have time to do all of this stuff. So you have to pick and choose what you're going to do, and
Yeah.
pushing dents is more important than pushing content. And if you got more dents than you can push, then the content.
Well, yeah, yeah. Falls to the wayside for sure, for sure. I mean, I get it. And I think that's why I'm trying to maybe pick a baby. I mean, for me, really, it's not as focused on the social media stuff because I'm driving much more business through my Google as far as trying to obtain retail leads. So I really have put more of a focus towards that and getting my profile looking right, rewriting my ads, let's say. And I had some discussions this week. I'm trying to learn, truly haven't done enough research on it. My ads have only been running a few months, but they're working, and that's it.
So the biggest thing I can tell you for Google Ads is when you sign into your Google Ads account, on the top right-hand corner, there is a phone number or an option to call. Call them. Somebody from probably India will call you at some point and say there's so-and-so with Google Ads.
Yeah.
And take that call, go through with them. They go through your campaigns. They help you readjust your keywords. They can show you how to set up negative keywords. You can do all of those things and really dial in your campaigns, and it helps a lot.
And that is exactly where I'm at right now. I did one call with them for roughly 2 hours. They give you that startup, and that helped. And I did pretty much what he said to do. And now exactly that. Now I want to get fine tuning, and I need to educate myself on it. So it's a topic of interest. I gotta dive deeper into. Gotta get down the rabbit hole. So.
Oh
No,
yeah,
but it's
yeah.
it's working for what it is. So it that's where it comes, like you just said, something will fall to the wayside. Like if something's working a little bit, like you get too comfortable. But like I do need to optimize it because someone will win, So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
And you'll get to a point where, I shut my Google Ads off when I went to Texas for a month, and
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just I just never turned them back on because when I got back, I had so much stuff stacked up, and
Really.
it's just been go go go. Then it hailed again. I did run some ads for a specific area for a hailstorm that I rented some space for, and that worked out okay. But that was, I think, just me misreading that storm.
If
But
it
either
hails
way,
here, I'll go dancing in the streets.
yeah, it's pretty rare scenario.
I know we got a little bit in Palm City. There was like a tornado touchdown last year. I mean, I got like a dozen cars maybe or less, but man, I would be a happy camper. That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
well, you
But
think so, but then when you actually get into it, like the first, man, it's pull your hair out. But yeah, it's lucrative and it's a good thing to have happen. So
yeah,
I'll take that stress in the beginning for the paycheck in the end.
but like you traveled. I know I had asked questions in the past. You traveled this past year for a month, like you just mentioned, and I mean, I definitely, as a newer tech, need the exposure and experience of it. I mean, and to learn to be more efficient and how to write them properly. I'm definitely want to expand and learn more on how. It's a big aspect. It's a big part of our business.
It is. It is. It can be. Yeah. It's tough though because, well, I think where you're at right now is a really good place to be. You've got a steady flow of retail work coming in, right? And
Yeah.
you're establishing yourself in this market. So if you
Slow and steady wins
leave,
the race. Yeah.
yeah, if you leave for a month or two or season now, um, that could be detrimental in the long run. Now,
I
for me, it
agree.
was about 3 years in, and it was a weird COVID infested
Yeah.
year, and there was a lot of things that were unsure. So that was a risk I was willing to take because of the situation we were in. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I mean, you know how it is. I mean, you rolled the dice the day you put Bones Dent Repair on Google My Business. So you're gonna
Definitely,
you're
man.
gonna be rolling the dice probably quite a few more times going into the future here. So
You just
you
made
know,
me think about how I quit. You know,
How
I
did you quit? That sounds like a good story.
yeah, it's. I think so. I mean, you know, I had had my differences at the body shop. I had been basically, I was a combo technician in my last position and doing the retail PDR. I would go up, sell the jobs, do the jobs, making all my customers happy. And the past 6 months of doing it, like the last 6 months, we just had a lot of differences. I thought we were really providing a lot of value and high quality and want prices to go. Anyways, so I kept riding that fence, looking at other options, and I went down and hung out with Juan Baqueta. Man's been great to me
I
for
love that
over the
dude.
past year.
Love that dude.
Yeah, man.
Shout out
Huge
to
shout
Juan.
out to Juan. Yeah, yeah. So, he invited me down. I hung out for the day, walked his lots. We hung out all day. At the end of the day, we're talking. He looks over at me. I explained my entire situation in depth, where I was at. And he basically said, like, Jim, you're ready. Like, what are you waiting for? As simple as that. But going and seeing and being with him for the day showed me a lot more what I needed to see. It made a big impact. And a few other technicians and people who I had been talking to at the time. That next week, I was at work, and my wife and me kept talking. I was at work. I called Laura up, and I'm like, honey, I think I'm gonna quit my job. 20 minutes later, I seen my boss. I said, hey, I need to talk to you. Go in the room, sit down. I just said, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to quit in 2 weeks. And what are you gonna do? And he was really happy for me. They run a great body shop. They have 7 of the dealerships in the Stewart area. Anyways, he was really happy for me, and that was that, man. Thanksgiving was that last week, and that was that. But it was on a whim. Like I didn't plan it at all. I did not plan it. I didn't have anything set up. Nothing set up at all. No, nothing at all. No business. Nothing. Nothing. And just quit. And that was it, man. Because I finally realized that I wouldn't have the energy to actually create what needed to be created to drive business to me. You can't work a full-time job. I was, 100-hour a week technician as a collision guy and doing my dent repair, and there was no way. And if I wanted to actually make a business, that was it. So I quit. No looking back now, man.
Two
Uh,
beautiful words right next to each other. I
yeah, man,
quit.
I
Yeah.
quit.
And you just did it on a whim. That's
It was
crazy.
on a whim,
Super.
man. I'm telling you, nothing set
Man,
up.
I agonized over it, and yeah. Well, anyway, people have heard my story, but
Well, I
yeah,
did too. I mean, in a way, I would cry and, like, this is this, and have my struggles, and want to, but yeah. But it was funny quitting with nothing set up because I really believed that I could do it. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. I got the reassurance I needed. What other excuses did I have? It was now or never, man. You know, you can't sit on the
absolutely.
sideline forever. So that was that.
Preach, brother, preach. Love it,
Right?
love it, love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so what did you do first? You set up your Google My Business and your website, and you did all of that, or where did it begin?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the beginning was, I had already had my Instagram profile as Bones Dent Repair because I had been trying to get, as a contractor with Dent, just something. So I had already made the LLC, and had it before I left, I guess, if this is all coming back right. I had my Instagram, but there was a lot of crossover. There's a ton of crossover. Okay. And so I ended up just starting the Facebook. Yeah, I claimed my Facebook, claimed my business, got those things going. Um, for the first month, I didn't run any ads or nothing like that. I was out. driving around, just getting my name out there. I was making shirts, getting business cards, things of that nature. Bought pens and just going around trying to find any friendly face that I could find who knew me. And you know what I'm saying? So there was a few open doors for me to go explore, and that was it, man. I was working on trying to get good feedback, and yeah.
So
So
what was the first dollar you made? What was the first dent you fixed that put money into the Bones dent repair account?
Uh, man, I did a was it the Dodge Ram was like the week before I quit. I did a Dodge Ram door with a 2x4 and hit the side and creased it through all the body lines on the lower part. Like, dude, annihilated. It's a nasty door, full day job, full strip tear down. And that was a handsome day. That was a handsome day. That was like the first week. Um, let's say that was the job. We'll stick with that one. Because it's a
if it
memorable
if it
job.
stands out in your mind, yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. You know, there's more, but you know. So yeah,
Yep, yep.
yep.
Beautiful, beautiful thing. Got to love it. So you're doing, do you do anything with Yelp? How about that? Let's talk about the nasty four-letter Y word.
No, Yelp's not down here. I had created a Nextdoor account. I think that's something that if you were to run properly could aid. I've received 3 clients, maybe 4 from that in the past. I don't know how many months. But especially in the beginning, trying to find those extra avenues is key. I think Nextdoor would be one to look at for sure. I had even thought about trying to grow it and showing that off on Facebook as well and posting the links for people to click and telling people to join. That was something that I really thought. My personal neighborhood where I live, it's an HOA with no rules, literally no rules. A redneck village. I'm sorry, I have to make that comment. I love my neighborhood actually. So we have a Facebook group for my neighborhood, and we're actually have become really nice friends with the administrator for it. So like I did maybe 2 posts in there, and word of mouth out of that, of those couple posts, that drove me a handful of customers for sure. But the key to that, of course, is the word of mouth is everything. So you got to make sure that you're really taking care of people, try and deliver. So that was really helpful in the beginning. I tried some bandit ads on Marketplace, kind of really super hit or miss. Maybe if I positioned it differently, did it a little differently. I've heard strategies of, even trying to go on Craigslist, but I think Craigslist is super dead. But bandit
Oh,
ad, yeah, bandit ads on Marketplace. I also feel in that brand recognition. The more people who come across, the more interactions. Even if I can't help someone, if I can direct them in the right direction, if I can help them, if I can make a memorable impression, that counts for something.
oh, absolutely.
Even right? So I think I even maybe have one active. I thought about making a new post. Like, even if I have to say no to everyone, I'd rather it be out there because I've gotten a couple clients from that. Um, but yeah, Facebook. Now that my Facebook page has traction, that's the thing is I've gotten some really like great friends who really just actively reshare my posts. I make a video. Um, that's one thing. So like, say I'll do a video and I like it. I'll share it to my personal page and I'll go in there and you can tag 99 people. You do that, even if you can get 10%, you get 10 people to share, you're instantly going to hit that 1,000 view mark or better. And I think that getting a video populated, get the comments filled up, tag it to the top of your page. I think that super helps. That's something that I think is working because now, like I think today, someone you know how people will ask for suggestions for repair or something like that. I got tagged by like 7 people, which was like, man, I felt so pumped at the end of the day when I seen that, you know.
That's
Um,
awesome. So
so
hold
and
on,
we,
everybody.
yeah,
Time out, because I'm learning something here now. So you put a video up on Bones Dent Repair,
yes, sir.
right? Then you share it to James Catrabone's personal profile, and
Yes, sir.
you can tag 99 people with that.
Correct.
I've never employed this
Good.
strategy. I've never even heard of it. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
yeah, super powerful, man. You know, you can be selective on who you're tagging. You know what I'm saying? It definitely works. Like I said, I think I probably got 10% of those people, which is huge. I mean, it's not always, but you get 5 to 10 people, that can make a huge impact on your views and videos. And while I do it, I tag it to the top of the page. Maybe let that run on the top of the page for 2 to 4 weeks, so that way every time someone visits, it's getting those extra views. And then and then it works in a strategy too. How'd you find us? If they're really curious about repair, I like that video at the top. Hey, the top of my Facebook page has a video tag. You know, you can watch that one. It shows this portion that you're asking about, where I disassemble it, or where we were able to polish a scratch, or whatever.
right, right.
But the tagging of the friends, I think, is big. If you're gonna do it, you know, do it.
Yeah. So everybody listen carefully here. So when I start putting out some new videos for
Dude,
PDR tools,
share, baby, share.
and you get tagged by me, you can blame James. So
Do it, man. Tag it up. Like sometimes, sometimes you know you'll be hitting that. I'll be tagging people up. I'm like, oh shit, I just hit him up like a week ago. But yeah, it's good. It's working.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
No, that's good stuff. Good to hear. So let's talk about YouTube, because that was for me what really kicked it off for me. And you know, when I show up to people's houses for a repair, they're like, "You're the guy from the video. Have you gotten that yet? You're the guy from the video."
No, I don't get you're the guy from the video. Not from YouTube directly. You know, you shared with me your strategy or what you did to help your YouTube grow, and I thought it's fantastic. And it's
Yeah, and
truly it's high on the list of things to do for marketing for me. Um,
yeah, and honestly, that's it. It didn't do so much to really grow my channel. I think I only have 100 some followers, and that's not the purpose of my Grey Duck Dent YouTube channel. Isn't to have 10,000 followers and make ad revenue and all that. It's to promote my business.
yeah,
But when you employ those tactics to where you're advertising on YouTube, I mean, it ends up, if you get your campaign dialed in correctly, it ends up being about a penny or so a view. And, you know, a lot of people are going to skip ads, whatever. And I'm pretty sure that doesn't count as a view.
it
So they
does
have to
not count as a
watch,
video.
they have to
30 seconds.
watch for so long. And, you know, my YouTube ad, I think, is only 30 seconds long. So it works out really well. You know, my neighbors, everybody's like, "Oh, hey, Mr. YouTube famous guy. I can't get away from you. I'm trying to watch videos on this, and I got to look at your stupid face." Or, well, you know, however they want to put it. But yeah, man, that was highly effective. And, you know, YouTube's the second largest search engine in the world. And they're using information from Google. So if somebody searched dent repair on Google, YouTube knows that, and then they'll see your ad. So, yeah,
Don't tell everyone the secret.
Yeah, they should know because
Honestly,
all of my competitors are like, oh yeah, nice YouTube ad.
right now, the fact that you bring this up makes me feel like guilty. I haven't even done it yet. It's like getting me super hyped on it for trying to do something new for marketing. Because that's my goal, man. I definitely need to run the ad. I need to create a video specific for it and do it. So my stuff is pretty loose, and it really is just a reference. And my good friend Joe from Dent Evo, I talked to him since my beginning. I
Oh,
really
out in
like how California. I've been talking to Joe since like man day one for me. He's one of those guys.
yeah,
He's been a
his
big
his
help.
his videos
And
are
slick,
really well done.
right?
I love his
Exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. So like early on, I had noticed Joe, and I told him I was like, man, your stuff is really dialed in and very focused. And as I'm getting better with my videos, I plan to have it more focused around certain topics and also catalog. So he gave me great nuggets on how he uses them for reference, which is what I'm trying to do. I have them on there so it's easy to send the link. And that can really let you show the customer what you want to show them, right?
Yep.
And exactly. So eventually, I'd like to have a better catalog. So as I encounter certain damage and they've got those curiosities or I'm fighting for a bid, maybe I can win them over. I tried that tactic this week with I got a BMW M550 door to repair. Um, what is it, Thursday? Uh, something like that. Or is it tomorrow? Oh my gosh. So we'll see. We better go look at that schedule, boy. I got a Tesla quarter panel to do, a Model S. Oh my gosh, this thing is gonna get wrecked. The quarter panel at the wheel well arch is smashed.
Ugh,
It's
that
gonna
does
it's a good
not
thing.
sound fun. Watch out
I
for the
can't wait.
orange wires. I know we already talked about that too, but yeah, watch out for the orange wires.
Oh, I like sound deadening. I pushed right through it.
Jeez Louise.
So, um, anyways, just
Oh,
yeah.
geez. I mean, James, you're scaring the bejesus out of me. Okay, I don't need to have to send a bunch of tater tot hot dish down there to Laura because you're all fried up to a crisp.
The right side quarter. I did the left side like a year ago. It's been too long for me to remember. So I'm just rolling the dice. We'll figure it out.
Just be careful. And call Vinny and see if he'll get you into the IMI course here sooner rather than later.
Yeah, investing in yourself. So we said this. We talked about this before, and it's something that I hope by the end of the year I can have enough revenue to where I can maybe invest in some formal training and things like that. You know, as far as
Oh yeah, those things are
yeah.
huge, man. And I've done some of the mega media events and some other I've gone to meetups all over the place. Any chance I get now, I go because the connections you make, the information you learn, and learning how one guy does, his the way he sets up his YouTube versus you or another guy, you can really figure out and find a way that make it where it will work for you because there's a million ways to do all of this stuff. But if you don't do it, then it doesn't matter. So the key for all of these things is that it fits your style, it fits your lifestyle, and that people are actually going to do them. And I think the more exposure you get to this stuff and the more you play with it and the more you learn how A, B, C, or D does it, you find a way that is suitable for your needs. And I beg guys just to get out there and talk to these other techs about it and find a way to make these things work for you because I mean, James, you've already basically got it. Okay, let's
I
not.
get to take a walk, bro.
You're teaching me about Facebook.
Man, I don't know nothing.
Your YouTube presence is pretty dang good. I mean,
Yeah,
you're booked all the way to the end of the week right now, correct?
yeah, so yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so you're doing all right. You're doing all right. I mean,
Yeah, no, thank you,
there's
thank you. I really do appreciate it. Even something I gotta say is like, I really didn't even use Facebook or Instagram until 2 years ago. Over 2 years, right around 2 years ago, let's say. I was kind of always one of those. I would take photos on my phone and stuff, and every couple of years you get a new phone, and I would lose all of it, man. All the cool cars and bikes and the stuff I'd worked on back before, it's all gone. And so,
no.
like, finally, a few years ago, I was like, man, I see my wife had Instagram, and I was like, maybe that's what I need. So I had that, and I started putting my stuff on there, and it was good. I really just wanted to document my stuff, and then from there, I started to do little stories, you know, to get a bit more comfortable, and man, it takes such a long time. I mean, doing video or talking in front of the camera, it's its own skill and its own right. And I mean, for where I'm at, I'm in diapers, man. My stuff is like just starting, just starting, and hopefully it grows into something even more professional together. I don't want it to be stiff or anything, but you know, it's we're all
Yeah.
trying to get
Well,
better. Yeah.
again, you'll find the way that works best for you, and like if you're busy, then you're doing something right. So, but I understand what you're saying too. Is you're always trying to make it better, and you're always trying to look for ways to improve, and that's good. And I mean, that is evidence of why you're at where you're at right now, and why you're doing so well so fast. So,
And I
and it's
don't. I'm gonna hit the
probably
wood.
yeah.
I'm knocking on wood. I'm knocking on wood,
All
guys.
right.
Don't
I don't want to
because
kiss your
man, don't
butt
hype it
too
up,
much.
dude. Don't hype it up, man.
Uh,
It's a fragile, dude.
I,
We live a fragile life, man. It could crash real easy. One day you're on top of the world. I definitely don't feel that way. Honestly, you guys. I mean, I'm truly experiencing a lot of growing pains. I'm loving the conversation we're having already, but I gotta express, still a newer technician for PDR, first time business owner. I have a ton of growing pains. I appreciate all the support that I get from a lot of people out there, who help me along through the tough times, man, because I get a lot of them. I taste that humble defeat quite often these days. um, but
yeah, comes in the form
yeah,
of cracked or pulled paint.
no crack paint, man. Nah, I got time to crack paint, bro. Man, yeah, yeah. So, but I mean, for where it is, I'm blessed, super happy. I can't ask for anything more. I set my expectations and goals as a startup fairly low, and when I look at it, I come home some days, and me and Laura, we sit there and we're like, amazed. I'm just glad I'm making my wife really proud, and other family members. That's all. That's all I care about. Straight up. That's it,
Ah,
man.
that's
Just tell you what. Tell you what, man. It's all for the wife. Laura, I love
heart of
you.
gold.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this guy, heart of gold. I love you too, Sally. Don't
Love you,
pay
baby.
attention. All right, I'm taking him off the screen. This is getting too cheesy.
I just gotta throw it out there. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but the way I grew up, I'm one of 9 children, man. Like I grew up,
Dang.
my mom didn't work. When I was growing up for the first half, it was 6 kids. I'm in the middle. My mom didn't work. My dad built boats. We were really, pretty poor. You know what I'm saying? And I started working when I was 14. And my wife, man,
Yep.
she was a hustler. She worked real hard with her parents at Carvel at their company. When we met, I was riding a bicycle to work. When I met Laura. I thought Laura was working hard and she would drive me to work, man. And
Yeah, yeah.
so it's great. We've been building our life together, and I look around and I'm like, blown away. Where with
Hey,
what we have, appreciative for it.
I can
And that's
relate,
why I
man.
said, I guess that's why I just said like life's fragile, because like at any moment, like I feel like I could just lose it all, or like I can't have a mistake because I don't want consequences, man. Like, that's it.
Yeah. Oh, well. And
Yeah.
the consequences can be real. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I think I think you're doing it all right, and I I love the sentiment with the wife there, and
Yeah, man.
she and Sally swapped a few stories down in Key West, so that was really
Yeah.
cool. And I walked by at one point and I was like, oh geez, I'm not getting sucked into that one. We better. but
That's super
but
cool.
no, yeah, I can't listen to Sally tell those stories, but yeah, really good
Yeah.
stuff, man. Really good stuff. So yeah, but at the end of the day, you just keep pushing forward and doing the best you can and trying to learn and grow more and I think you're doing a really good job with everything that you have been doing. But I mean, where do you see this going? Where do you want to be 5, 10 years down the road? I mean,
One thing about me, so I just mentioned like a little bit my childhood, like upbringing way. So, man, I never really dreamed too big. I never really dreamed that big, and that's a downfall of mine. Something that I've tried to get better about, to think a little bit bigger and what I'm capable of. I mean, obviously, I can't deny my other skill sets because I was a structural tech. I painted literally a couple thousand cars at this point. Fixed a ton of cars. I thought of opening up a shop, maybe offering smart repairs and PDR. Actually, I was just at a body shop this week, and they've got a really good storefront. And he was talking about kicking out the other business that's on the front edge. I was like, man, you do that. I want this bay right here. I want that sign right out front. I consider that at the moment. I'm really enjoying my journey. I'm kind of taking it for what it is. I want to maximize what I have currently going on, improve it, let's see what this becomes, and then go from there. I'm truly not thinking that far out. But one thing I am thinking about is like this year, I do want to try and enjoy myself a bit more. Want to try and travel. I haven't traveled in a long time. So going down to the Keys was huge, man. I gotta say yes more often. I can be quite a no kind of
yeah.
guy.
Well, I'm glad
So this
you guys were a blast. I mean, everybody down there was so much fun to hang out with, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah, man. The Keys. Yeah, the Keys was awesome, you guys. I mean, getting to link up with everyone, go exploring, go watch the weirdos, go watch the people passing out on the side of the block. I mean, come on, what's better than
yeah.
that? You know, Drinks all
I don't
night.
know,
Um, but no, Keys
peeling
was
away
great.
on a golf cart.
Yeah, that's my style. So yeah, the Keys was great. There's that tech meetup, the Bayou. Chris from PDR Express, friend of mine. Man, I want to try and make that guy rescheduled from all of the snow in Texas, and I actually,
Yeah,
I talked to, yeah. So
they're doing
that
that
was one I was,
March 6th now, right?
yeah, and I didn't see anything official. I don't know. Maybe that is what it is.
I think he
Um,
texted me about it. I should probably have him on next week. I better look into that.
who, Chris?
See, yeah, or one of those guys, Spencer Roten, or who's the other guy that's involved? Alan something. Why can't I think of his name off the top of my head now? I sound like that guy. Yeah, yeah, Christopher Allen. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, Well, if you can't do that, then you come up to the push metal seminar in
No,
in
John, are
Michigan.
you doing that? Are you doing that? You
Yeah,
doing that?
I'll definitely be there for sure, for sure.
Okay, that's what's up. I can't make that, especially snow. No
There won't
snow,
be.
bro.
Well, there might be snow in
No.
Michigan in mid-March, but it won't be
Yeah,
bad. Have you
yeah.
ever even seen snow, Florida boy?
Man, I snowboarded like a champ when I was 13. Especially
Oh,
around the
okay,
family. Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I.
You're getting your fakey grabs on and your 360 McTwists. What were you doing on the board there?
Going straight. No, there's a picture of me from that trip to my grandparents. That was a trip to my grandparents. I'm got my hands all out, like, going down the hill, all like, getting it. Um, but yeah, when I was a kid, I used to surf and stuff. I grew up, I skateboarded. I still skateboarded into my 20s. Every once a year or whatever, I'll break out my skateboard and do some
No.
tricks or whatever out front.
Yeah.
Uh,
Once a year
get it
you
out.
will. Once a
Couple
year you
times a
will
year.
until you decide that that's
Nah,
over.
hey man, I can
I
still,
used to
I can still
snowboard
get
and
it.
skate when I was a kid too. What? Hey, you're a
Yeah,
lot younger. You're a lot younger than me. You got
I can
plenty of
still make it
those.
happen.
You got plenty of those good years left. But man, one bad
When
fall
I
and you're
was
like, you
when
know
I was
what?
a
I'm
kid,
getting rid of this thing.
my dad was doing backflips when he was like 40. I remember I was a little kid. My
Jeez.
dad, I know, I'm telling you, man. Them Catrambone and the genetics, bro. No, yeah, I remember when I
Catrabone.
was little. My dad busted out a backflip when I was a little kid, and I was like, you watch him do that. Not me.
I did a backflip in the Keys.
Did you? On
Yeah,
flat? On the gun?
I was
Get
I was
out of
sitting
here.
at the bar. No, I was sitting at the bar and I flipped back. And
Yeah.
not the same. Not
Um,
not what your dad was doing. Nah.
no, no, no.
We all have our own special skills.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Oh man.
Oh, too funny.
So what else you got for me? Hit me.
Hit me. I don't know what else I got for. We never did. I forget this. I said I'm gonna do better on this because we got to do the quote of the week, and
Nice.
I I don't
I
have
used to
it.
work with
I
this guy
was
Ray, and he used to tell a joke every day, and I used to love that.
the
That just
joke of
made
the
me think of
day.
him. He used to say a
Yeah,
joke every day, and man, I always said, I was like, man, this guy's got to figure it out. Like, easy icebreaker. That's the way, man. And
yeah,
you said your statement, like somebody would walk by you and they'd call you out, and you go, "Dents and dreams."
yeah. Well, you had 8 people at the dealership asking you every day, "How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Good, great, super." What and then just I forget where that came from. I think it was a PDR college episode, but yeah, then I was just like, "Dents and dreams, yeah, Dents and
I
dreams,
think I'm
baby."
gonna look up a joke for tomorrow.
All right, well,
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with
try
a
it on.
joke.
Try it on,
All
figure
right.
it out. So the quote of the week, I'm not going to read it off of this. I was thinking of it earlier, and I forget what TV show or movie it's from. But I remember when I heard it, I just sat up and I was like, that's fucking cool. And somebody had just done something crazy, and dude said something about a leap of faith, and he said, in my experience, most leaps of faith are often preceded by a push. And I just thought that was really cool because a lot of
Well, that's
times
fitting.
people get pushed into doing something, whether it be starting your own business or even though you just did yours on a whim, it was not so much a push, but
No,
a
I
lot of
had to
people.
push. Oh, I had to push 100%. I had a couple key conversations the week before. I spent time with Ron, like I mentioned. Um, and that was my push. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't get that little nudge, I wouldn't have just said forget about it. I just had to go. I bought myself the time. I put in the hard work to where I was stable enough. I could take the risk. The thing is, body shop jobs, man, are in demand. If I needed a job, I can go get a job tomorrow. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the truth. I could go tomorrow, walk into plenty of body shops, and be a desirable technician. So having that as a cushion, my skill sets don't leave just because I'm leaving. So
Right.
I knew that. I knew that. And once I really came to terms with that, and my mom, that was the big point my mother kept making with her encouragement. She was like, Jim, you know, you just go right back. I could go back to the shop I worked at. And I said, come on, man, get after it.
Yeah. Yeah. You got it. You got it, and
Yeah.
it worked. It's working. I
So
know.
your
I know
quote
you.
of the push, the quote of your push is very fitting, and thank you for that one.
Well, shucks. I don't know that you need to thank me. Thank
You
whoever.
nailed it.
Whoever.
You nailed it.
You nailed it.
You nailed it. You can spot on. You planned all that. It's all
Yeah.
planned.
Sometimes even a blind squirrel can find a nut. So just remember that.
Gosh, I never even made the comment of all the weird stuff behind me.
Oh
I know
yeah.
you
Yeah.
asked me.
Well,
You asked me earlier.
PDR guys, it's normal just to have a
It's
tailgate in
normal.
your house. Why wouldn't you have it? Why wouldn't you have a tailgate in your house? I thought that was your
Yeah,
coffee table.
it is. Yes. Me and the wife. That's where I eat my eggs in the morning. Shout out for Laura for making eggs in the morning, baby.
Bam.
So, yeah. I wanted you to ask me about tools since
Oh
we
yeah.
all
Well,
love
let's
tools.
let's get
I
on
don't
the
think
tools. What?
there's not a single PDR interview out there that you don't mention a tool. We gotta say something about a tool.
All right. What do you got? What do you got? You're. I can tell you're itching. What do you got? Show me.
Oh no,
Show
I
me the
wanted you to
money.
send me. Send
Show
me the
me
money.
the money.
Okay,
What do you got?
mine goes into one of the first statements I made on this episode is about watching the other technicians and you can get nuggets. The other day, I did a front fender on a Mustang GT500, super picky guy, and then the edge is crushed. So I hear he knew it was gonna be rough repair. Anyways, I seen Bryce Kelly's video. He was using like the motorcycle tank, the extruded aluminum bolted into the front end. So I already knew that area. So I went ahead and I made out of a 2x4 with these metal brackets and was able to bolt to the front area. And then I ended up using a Dent Craft blowout strap on the edge to secure the edge. But without this, there's no way it would have happened. And it stems from watching other guys' videos and paying attention. So really,
Absolutely.
as a tool, it's being the MacGyver. PDR is about bending your tool, figuring it out, and making it work for you, right? So
Oh,
that's the tool. Be open
absolutely.
minded. Be open minded about what you got to do to get it done. Um,
Absolutely. And if you don't want to
uh,
do that, you can just buy the deck
the
set, the
declaration.
declaration from Revolution. Mike, shout out Michael Casper. And I bet you, if we talk to Michael Casper, he has made however many hundred of those little blocks of wood. And
Beforehand.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the
So
evolution of a tool being made. I agree. I've been trying my best to get more accessories, and the declaration set something I definitely should have for what I do.
yeah,
I'm
or
probably
just
gonna be trying my best.
keep making your own. I mean, I'm excited to see what kind of tools you're going to invent in the future. You're already MacGyvering stuff, so you
No,
might.
no, yeah. I just,
We'll see.
yeah,
Don't
we'll
don't
see.
eliminate it as a possibility.
If
Just
I
leave
come
it.
up with an
Just
idea, I'll give it to you and donate it to the Reaper Fund.
come
How about
on
that?
now,
How about
come on
that?
now. How about I
Um,
help you start your own line? We'll go that way.
you're so kind. Um, I guess another big thing is for me, I wear this pouch. Okay, this lets me keep my phone. All right. I keep 4 different knockdowns, they all got their own little purpose. It also stores the remote control for my big light when I got that set up, and my blending hammer is never on the ground, never on a customer's car. Along with that. So then if I got to answer the phone, man, I never misplace it. Keeps me super organized. I change out, my knockdowns super quick. So this is a big help for me. Really big help for staying organized because I'm
Yeah, yeah.
naturally not an organized person. So that little pouch, is like what, $10? I want to get a custom one made. Behind me, I got like my little grab bag. If I were gonna point another tool out, oh, I got this thing out right now. My mini caravel tool, and I taped
Yeah, buddy.
the. Oh, this is
Okay,
freaking
so
awesome. So beautiful.
I like the Caravelle with the straight bend, but
I had it.
bro, why get the tape off of that tool? You're not doing it right.
What?
You
Tripping. If
can't.
you have tape, okay, here you go. Hold on. Easy, easy, easy argument. You have the sharp blade. When you have tape, dragging sideways is way easier. It's a little more slippage to the back of the panel. Okay, and then you truly can flip and finish. But
Hold
I'm
on,
I'm
hold
trying
on.
to.
Let me see. You only have tape on one edge. Let me see that. Well, get
No,
the
I
tape
wrap in the
close to the.
middle. Excuse me. This is already peeled off right now. It's dirty
Okay.
because, dude, this is a moneymaker. It's every day, all the time. But
Yeah,
no, I
because you
wrap it
need.
up. I wrap the head like this, and that gives me a really big push on a really little tool because you're going through small access. It is 5/16. The top of a bed, at the top, right towards the edge of panels. But I like the Tessa tape. My first year and a half, I didn't even use Tessa tape. I had it. I never even bothered wasting time. Now I'm a bit slower, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And I tape it up, I get those bigger pushes, man. I do more side dragging. I drag sideways, and uh, it can speed me up. And I do the same thing with the full size version. I usually keep that bad boy taped up, man. And I'll unravel it and I'll stick it on my cart so I have it and I can rewrap it up. Like if I take it off to do a finish pushing, or if I get into blending, do some samurai. So tape that bad boy up. I have the straight head version of the full length, and I prefer the slow bend version personally because it's easier to flip the tool over and use the finishing tip. And because that's just me. That's
Gotcha.
that's my.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I've seen your videos. You do great work, but it's just not how I would do it. But that's the beauty
Why
of
don't you feel like
PDR.
you need tape? Why don't you need tape on the head?
Dude, ain't
Why?
nobody got time for that. You stop and tape
What?
something up. Come on, man. Get
What?
in there,
Like
push,
I said,
push.
I keep it taped, and then I unravel, I stick it on, and then when I'm done, I just wrap it back up and slap it in the box. You feel me?
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
what you're saying, but
Oh,
I'm not. I'm not
oh.
taping nothing. I'm not taping
Do
nothing.
you
You
the
have
Dent
soft.
Craft,
You have
the
soft tip
side panel?
tools.
Do I
Yeah,
have
but
soft tip panels? Yeah, of course.
yeah,
Do you stick the cherry caps on these bad boys?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's what the.
Fantastic.
That's what. If you need a soft push, that's what you got those tools for. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I know a lot of guys use tape. I have tape hanging on my bucket. It's pretty rare. Actually, I use it more for cuts now than anything. But like if I cut my hand under a hood or something, then I'll bust out my Testa tape and wrap it up. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a stickler
So,
for.
okay, if you test the tape the tip of the Dent Craft side panel hook, if you tape it up first before you put the cherry cap, you don't pop through as easy, yeah? Do you do that or no?
Um, I don't think I ever have. No, I've put
So,
tape over. I've put tape over, and then you get a
so
better grip. You get a little bit better grip,
yeah, so
especially with those hard black, the black
the
caps.
black cap.
those tend to be a little bit more slippery. So I've put tape over those before, but
So I
yeah.
tape it up first to, give some cushion between the plastic or the rubber cap. And I leave enough that after I slide the cap over it, I can wrap it around the bottom of the cap, securing it through the hole.
Right.
Okay? So that's my little thing for y'all.
Little tech tip. Little
That's my
tech
little
tip
tip,
from
man.
James
That's my
Catrambone.
tip. That's how
Yeah.
I rock it. All right,
This is the only tool I had with me that, well, I've got some back there, but
Ooh.
this is one of the new K2 tips from A1. It's a little bit, it's way fatter than like a VIP or whatever,
Oh yeah.
but
Oh yeah.
it's a good size. Not to not to quote my wife here, but it's a good size. No, it's you can get a lot done. It's a good all-purpose knot down because you can still do some crown work with it, but it is small enough and hard enough to get finished stuff done. And I'll just put that bad boy in my pocket. And I don't have a fancy pouch like you yet, but I probably will head on over to Home Depot one of these days and get one. But this guy gets a lot of service and gets a lot done. So.
That's cool. I like that. I don't use a tip of that diameter at the moment. And I wanted to add one, and I bought a Dent Craft tip. I mean, I use the B4, the plastic
Okay.
B4. I
Yep.
use this often, and this also goes on the hammer. Okay.
Yep.
So this is it's a bit smaller, I feel, than that metal one in your hand.
Probably, yeah.
But
When I go
yeah,
small, I go super small. I use the Pee Wee from Dead Dents, from Woody's. That's my
I knew
favorite
that.
small one. And then the VIP makes a super, super tiny metal one. That tiny little guy is really good for finish work. Is that
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
the sniper. Yeah, I
Yep.
use the sniper, the standard, and then the B4 or the plastic 4 or whatever it is from Dent Craft, and then the Delrin. But then I also use some red cap tips for knock-in and other stuff.
Yeah, I
That's
like the
really what I
leather
use.
from VIP for soft crown work, and I like the bomb, the Endeavor crown
Yeah,
jewel tips. Those things
yeah.
for crown work. Those things for crown work are amazing. Yeah, but you got to get the tips. You get the smallest tip and put it on a
Oh man.
knockdown. Woo
Yeah,
wee!
yeah.
That I'm telling you.
I double hammer a lot of stuff, you guys, and
Oh, okay.
I think I say a lot, but I need to more because man, that shoulder fatigue from really reaching over. I even try with my left. I push a lot with my left if I do, but double hammers on crowns. Accuracy is king, and we all want to swing it, but I'm not scared to just double hammer. And these are
I
the
don't
other
do
ones.
that. I don't almost never use that technique. Double
Really?
hammer. Yeah.
Well, for finishing the panel
I
further
can.
away, I mean,
Yeah.
so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, you get so much further away from the dent, from the repair area. It's extremely comfortable. It's really efficient. Yeah, I think it was
Yeah, I
helping
feel
me
like if
with
I'm
the.
that far away, or if I'm doing my final finishing, I'm using a longer blending hammer and just going straight blend. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Otherwise, I'm just reaching as far as I can with my
Well,
knockdown.
I like to put the plastic 4 or whatever, like a separate tip on the hammer, and
Yep,
like if I'm blue pulling on a rail, I
yep,
can hit like super nice.
yeah,
You know.
makes
Yeah, it's
sense.
all gravy. It just depends. I switch it up. I switch
Like
it
I
up.
say, you have in 1 year you have almost as many YouTube videos as me, and they're probably all better repairs. So I should be paying
No,
attention. Should be paying
no, man.
attention.
Tripping, bro. So
Shit. All
yeah,
right.
I'm usually just you know.
All right. Well, we're a little over an hour now, so we don't want to give the people too much James Catrambone, and they've been tired of me for just about a little over an hour now. So before we get off of here, though, is there anything I forgot? Anything you feel like you need to get out there? Make sure everybody knows.
No, man, I would just say thank you so much, man. It was a great conversation with you tonight. I really enjoyed it. And honored to be on here and chit-chatting with you as always, John. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know,
hey, the pleasure was all mine.
Yeah, man. I hope that everyone enjoyed the show and what we were able to talk about. And if you endured until the end, then thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Well, big thanks to anybody who heard that. Yeah, absolutely. I'd echo that for sure. Yeah, and thanks for the tech tip on the Facebook deal there. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna be tagging some peeps. I like that. I like that a lot. So you never stop learning, people. All right. Well, super awesome. Thanks again, James. Go follow him on Instagram. Like his Facebook page. Do all the appropriate things. Give him some love back. And until then, you know what, everybody? Just go live your dreams. We got this.
Just wanted to thank you for listening to another episode of Dents and Dreams. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, compliments, or complaints, I can be reached at Dent Reaper across social media. And be sure to subscribe to the Dents and Dreams Facebook group and or YouTube channel, because that's where it'll happen if and when we go live. Thanks again.